Good morning. Getting my cardio in this morning at the church. Didn't want to, I didn't have time to get out and walk earlier, so that's why I'm not at my computer. Normally in the mornings, I'm at my computer when I go live, so a little different today. Went and got a haircut, but a little bit of hair I do have. If y'all have any questions, leave them in the comments, please. Not sure how long I will stay live. Um, I did just start walking, so I will be here for probably close to an hour. And then coming back later on to actually play pickup. So, yeah. Just leave your questions in the comments. If you got questions about credit repair, pre-litigation credit repair, credit sweeps, the CFPB, the BBB, I did not do my cardio Saturday or Sunday, so making up for it today, plus with the pickup basketball later on, I'll definitely get my cardio in with that. I normally play for a couple hours. They play for 3 hours. I'm good for about an hour and a half, 2 hours max. So, yeah. And I can show y'all right here is where we'll be playing. And if y'all want, I may be able to set up I may set up and go live when we play today. Give y'all something to laugh at. I've only played 2 times in the last 5 years, so last Monday when I played, I actually played pretty good the first game, but then after that it was just like I had never played ball in my life. And I used to be really, really good and really, really athletic, so it's hard when you can't out jump everybody and you're not faster than everybody. Now you're the total opposite. Can't jump at all and you're slow. So trying to work on that before the season starts next year. But yeah, if y'all have any credit repair questions, just leave them in the comments. I have yet to find a video that shows you how to comment from your phone when you're live, so I have no idea how to do that. I'm assuming that you just simply can't do it. Travis, hello, how are you? Good morning. Hope all is well with you both. Again, just getting my walking in. I didn't do it yesterday or Saturday because of the rain, and the church is not open, at least for the Family Life Center where I do walk. So I'm gonna walk a little bit now. I gotta go pick up a few things from Walmart, which I hate going to Walmart. I think everybody would agree it's the worst place to go, and then I'm going to go back home, get some new clients sent over to the attorneys, and good and you, I'm trying to save for a house market sucks. I'm good too. Just went and got a haircut, new barber to actually draw the lines on you. I'm not used to that, but yeah, I don't really have. But yeah, the housing market, yeah, that's a fun thing. I paid my house off in 2017, I believe, and I've been tempted many times to borrow money and do updates to certain things, but it's like I really can't see myself doing that, honestly. See, I definitely understand that. And I've thought about moving, and it's like, wow, your house is paid for. If you move, then you're going to have a mortgage or you're going to be renting from somebody, just whichever I would decide, but it's a tough one. What time is good to give you a call? As soon as I get off the live, you can give me a call. I hope you have my number. I can't type it because, again, I have yet to figure out how to type while you're live, but it's 512 567 5410. And if you need me to say it again so you can get something to write it down on, that's perfectly fine. If anybody else needs to call me or text me, please do. I know sometimes people don't want to ask questions on the live. They'd rather send me a text message or an email. So my email is everythingcredit@icloud.com. My website is everythingcreditllc.com. My website guy's making some changes to the site, adding some of the results from this year so y'all can see some of the results, the score increases. Might even see some score decreases. Just because you get deletions does not mean your score is going to skyrocket. I know a lot of people on social media will tell you for every collection and charge off, you'll get 15 to 20 points. For every inquiry, it's 2 to 5 points. It's just not true. I mean, that's just not how it works. There's too many other things to factor in. How you doing, sir? I'm not talking to myself, I promise. I got you. He's the maintenance guy, First Baptist. But yeah, there's a lot of misinformation when it comes to your score, when it comes to getting approved for things. A lot of people think you can just, put trade lines on your credit report, and once your score jumps up, you're just going to get approved automatically. And that's not true because, one, they know it's just an authorized user and they don't hold as much weight as a primary account. Two, that trade line might have boosted your score a lot, but it's not going to hide those collections, charge-offs, late payments, student loans, bankruptcies, hard inquiries. It doesn't hide that stuff. It just boosts the score. It does not mean you're going to get approved. And you should not be paying for trade lines if you're in the credit repair process. Now, if you got a friend or a family member that's willing to add you for free, for good, perfectly fine. But never pay for a trade line while you're going through the credit repair process. You're just wasting your time and you're wasting your money. Again, yes, it can boost your score tremendously. But most consumers are obsessed with their scores, and that's all they care about is their score. Like, I just need a 750 or 800. No, you need a report that's as clean as possible too. Again, if y'all have any questions, just leave them in the comments. I guess I need to get me one of them fancy phone holders everybody uses. I literally just hold my phone with my hand when I go live. Unless I'm in the office, then I have a little tripod thing that holds the phone for me. And another thing you'll hear me talk about a lot is the do-it-yourself credit repair, like Dispute Beast, Dispute Panda, Credit Versio. Whenever I say the things I say about those, it doesn't mean that they're not going to work for absolutely anybody. It's just the chances of you getting results using a Metro 2 service, whether it's being done by a credit repair company or by yourself, are about slim to none. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what that guy was saying, but I deleted him. I don't know why people come on here and just say crazy stuff. I don't know what he was talking. I don't even know what he was talking about, honestly. Well, that's the only time I delete people or remove them from the channel, is if they're just talking out of their head or cussing or using racial slurs or anything like that. I won't allow that on my channel at all. So any questions y'all might have about credit repair, just leave them in the comments. Hello, Sean Davis. So you want a mixture of different things. You don't just want credit cards. You don't just want personal loans, like a car loan or a mortgage. You want a mixture of them all. A couple credit cards, one or two loans. In some cases, the more the better, but you definitely don't want to have too many, especially like recent loans, because when you apply for a new loan, even if you get approved for it, obviously your score is going to go down because of the new account. It's going to drop that average age. So you don't have to have a ton of accounts, but you do want a mixture of different things. You don't just want credit cards. Again, you don't just want loans. You want to have a mixture of the two. I mean, me personally, I'd rather have 2 credit cards and 1 personal loan versus just 10 credit cards. I lost count how many laps I've done. I really didn't want to be here around lunch because the traffic's terrible around lunchtime. And then I still got to go to Walmart, so yeah, fun stuff. Trade lines are good for boosting the score. For example, if you need age, get you a 10, 15, 20-year-old trade line. It's going to add to that average age. Excuse me. If your utilization's high, get you a trade line with a very high limit. That way it'll bring your average utilization down, which is also going to boost your score. If you need both, then just get, a 10, 15, 20-year-old trade line that has $25,000, $50,000 limit. Again, that way you can add to the age and bring the utilization down, which is both of those factors will bring your score up tremendously. And it doesn't matter. So when it comes to your score, and we'll say credit cards, for example, it doesn't matter if you have a $20,000 card or a $200 card. Your utilization is still going to go from 0 to 100%. So it doesn't matter what that limit is. If you max out that $20,000 card and your buddy has just a $200 card and maxes it out, guess what? You're both at 100% utilization. It's going to be harder for you to pay that $20,000 one down. Good morning, Goat. Looking good. Appreciate that, Missouri. Yeah, I went ahead and shaved most of my head because, let's face it, it's not going to grow very good. I can grow a good beard, but I actually shaved that off recently too. But feels good in this hot weather, I can't lie. Pretty cold in the church right now, but it's probably because I've been outside in the heat and cut what little bit of thermal I had off my head this morning. So, yeah. How is your girlfriend or fiance? And I'm not going to say her name. Has she had her first call with the attorneys yet? I know I seen the email the other day, and it seems like it's either just happened or it's coming up recent or pretty soon. Well, I can say her name, Lisa, her first name. I won't say her last name, but just want to make sure that they're taking care of her. again, it can be a process when you first get in with the attorneys, getting everything started, which you know that with your situation as well with the identity theft, which the identity theft cases take the longest, can take up to 2 years. But once they settle out, it's a lot of money. And if I remember correctly, TransUnion and Experian actually removed the student loans due to identity theft, but Equifax did not. And if I remember that correctly, that's crazy because my memory is terrible and I usually have to be right in front of a computer. I need like a vest thing that with a phone holder that just stays right in front of you so I don't have to hold it the whole time. And I have not eaten today, so that makes walking that much more difficult. I have not ate since yesterday, and I will probably eat around 4 today because I've got to be back at the church for Bible study before basketball. We're going to start meeting every Mondays for Bible study before basketball. Basketball usually starts around 5 or 5:30. If y'all want, I may bring my tripod and see if I can go live whenever I play. Give y'all something to laugh at because I got a ways to go to get back to where I used to be. So, but I know I can get there. Feel like too many clients. No, it's not that. It's just the process. And I don't. Are you talking about yours or hers? So if you're talking about hers, once you get in with them and have that first initial video call, because they want to go over everything. They're not just going to go based off of what I've told them and what I've sent them. They want to actually have a conversation to find out exactly why you're in the situation you're in, whether you did it intentionally, whether you couldn't help it, whatever the case may be. But now if you're talking about yours, it's definitely going to get drug out because it's identity theft and it's real identity theft. So they take the longest. Like I said, they can take up to 2 years. But if Equifax continues to both to be hot. Yeah, typically takes a little while. But once you're in with them, you're good, man. And it's typically only 2 rounds of disputes. They send a round of letters and then, they fax them. And then they send a follow-up letter based off of their response. And even if it's a stall letter, they're still going to send a response letter. And then usually, typically from there is when they start the litigation due to them either not doing their job, purposely furnishing inaccurate information on your credit report, and even sometimes illegally reporting things to your credit report. So there's a lot of things that they're looking for that most companies are not looking for, because they're going to take the time and because they're not attorneys. Yeah, you're welcome. And, the fact that, I haven't talked to them, so I don't know. I'm just basing it off what you told me. So the fact that when you first talked to them, I remember this, they're like, this is a huge gold case, which is what they call identity theft cases. They're gold cases. They're the cream of the crop. They're the best. Most money for everybody, and you'll get the cleanest credit report. But the fact that TransUnion and Experian removed it takes away from what you could potentially get. So instead of focusing on all 3 and the student loan place, now it's just the student loan place and Equifax. So you have a lot less leverage there now, if that makes sense. And again, that's just basing off of what I was even told when I first sent your file over. They're like, this is a huge gold case. And I have a buddy of mine that's in the same exact situation as you. Student loan due to identity theft from Arizona. Never been to Arizona. And we're actually just now in the process of getting all his credit reports. So that sometimes takes the longest too, is getting those and it's just my opinion, and the attorneys, they somewhat agree with me. They make it difficult to get these reports because they know that they're being used against them to litigate these files for inaccurate, incomplete reporting and illegal reporting. So, yeah. Again, that's just my opinion, but I think it's a pretty good one, honestly, because they have to have those reports. Now, there are attorneys who will and can sue using the credit monitoring. I've worked with some in the past, but they make the CRO do all the work. And if the CRO is not doing the work correctly, they're never going to trigger any violations and get any consumers paid. That's where the problem comes in. Our attorneys literally do everything start to finish, the disputing and the litigating. Most companies working with attorneys, they're only doing the litigating part, and they're hoping that the CRO is disputing correctly. Now, they give you a blueprint on what to look for and, the best ways to trigger violations, but still, one wrong mistake in that letter can cost the consumer thousands of dollars in litigation, and even thousands of dollars more and debts not being able to be waived. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the credit bureaus, for example, they'll send you that stall letter and state, I think it's TransUnion, we're on your side when it comes to fixing your credit. They're not. They're on the bank side. Them and the banks are best friends. You are literally their enemy. Them. Now, the banks love people with bad credit, believe it or not. Contrary to what people say, you're never going to get approved with bad credit. Now, I've seen plenty of people get approved with bad credit, especially for cars, but they wind up paying 17 to 30% interest on a car that's only worth $15,000, $20,000, and they're going to wind up paying $50,000, $60,000 for it, which is just ridiculous. But they take advantage of the fact that some consumers don't have a choice. They have to take that rate because of their credit. If y'all don't mind, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, share this live everywhere you can. If some more people jump on here soon, I'll stay on. If not, I probably will hop off. I've got several people texting wanting to set up phone calls, so I'll probably try to get all that handled before I go back to town. So, and also if y'all have any other questions, just leave them in the comments. Greatly appreciated. Down to 195 is what I weigh now, from 260 last September. And now seeing what I look like at 195, because that's where I wanted, that was my ideal goal weight. Now I want to see if I can get down to 180. Just don't want to get down too much and look, sickly like some people do when they get like super, super skinny. I definitely don't want to look like that. So, but I definitely feel better. I think the eating once a day is the hardest part by far, because your mind, when you're hungry, your mind tells you you need to eat, and your mind's going to tell you to eat the things that you like, not the things that you need. So for me, I would love to go get a pizza or fried chicken. I think everybody loves fried chicken, or fried pork chops, or big old pepperoni pizza. But I'm not eating pork anymore either, so cut that out. I typically eat steak and eggs. Some mornings I do juicing with apples, carrots, celery, what else is in there? Ginger, and then I add my cayenne pepper and olive oil to it as well. Listen, I'm telling you, olive oil and cayenne pepper is amazing. If you'll take a lemon, squeeze it in a cup, a lime, squeeze it in a cup, about a quarter to a half a tablespoon of cayenne pepper, 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil, stir it up real good in like a little shot glass. I'm telling you, the benefits are crazy. You will feel so much better. That's really all I can say. It's amazing. Sometimes I do it twice a day. I've even done it 3 times a day, but I think that's like overkill. So I forgot to do it this morning, so I'll probably do it when I go back home, and then probably when I get back home from playing basketball tonight, I will probably do it again. My favorite time to take is before bed, but most people, their favorite time to take it is in the morning, first thing, which does make more sense, but I'm one of those, when I start something, I have to do it at the same time every single day. And this is not a health and fitness channel. I apologize if me talking about that bothers y'all. I know most of you just want to talk about credit repair, and that's fine. And just remember, if you are ready to sign up, just go to my website, everythingcreditllc.com, click on plans and pricing, fill out a little bit of personal information, and then I'll hop on but I can do it from my phone right now, send you the welcome email. There's also a link for Calendly where you can book a free consultation. You should never pay a credit repair company for a consultation. They cannot charge you for a consultation. A consultation is not considered work when it comes to credit repair. I don't care if you stay on the phone with them for an hour. They're not supposed to charge you a dime. Whew. Yeah, I think I'm going to invest in some kind of phone holder thing where I can just have it like right in front of me, like this. I don't even know if I'm sure somebody's made some sort of device that's simple to use that way, but also remember we just lowered our pricing last week. Our normal pricing used to be $1,043 was the total, and that was $149 to start, and then $149 a month for 6 months. We have now lowered the price to $547, and that is $149 to start, and then $199 a month for 2 months. So you're going to be paid in full super quick. You don't have to pay for credit monitoring anymore, so that saves you $40. Now, it will ask you to sign up for credit monitoring through the portal. They can't remove that because probably 99% or more of credit repair companies make you have credit monitoring. So if they remove it, it removes it from the whole system for everybody. So I just tell people, just skip that part where it asks you to sign up for My Free Score Now. We don't need it. The attorneys won't use it. They're only going to use the reports from annualcreditreport.com for Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, and then the Innovis report directly from Innovis.com. And I send you an email when you sign up with the exact instructions on how to get all 4 credit reports. If you are a victim of identity theft, we also need SageStream and Clarity, and I can also add those to the email as well to show you exactly how to get those reports, because they are required for the attorneys to work on them. They will not use credit monitoring at all. In fact, if you're paying for credit monitoring and you sign up for our services, the attorneys are going to make sure that I reach out to you and tell you to cancel it, because if you're paying for credit monitoring and they try to sue, there is a clause in that credit monitoring that can prevent them from suing you. If anybody has any questions, please put them in the comments. And then I'm going to hop off of here and probably walk another 20 or 30 minutes, head to Walmart, pick up a few things, and yeah. Oh, also remember, we do offer a credit repair course that teaches you how to start a credit repair business, and it also includes a software that points out FCRA violations. Not only does it point out the FCRA violations, it also puts the attorney verbiage in the letter, so you don't have to figure out how to dispute that FCRA violation. And it's also going to give you access to the attorneys that will do the suing and they pay $400 per violation. So if you send them a client that has, let's just say something crazy, 10 violations, you're going to make $4,000 off of that one client for those violations, and the client's going to get paid too now. So don't think that you're going to get all the money. Client's going to get money, the CRO is going to get money, and the attorneys obviously are going to get money as well. So, and that course is $1,000 right now. When you compare that to something like these people selling these Metro 2 courses for $30,000, which is still crazy, and they're even charging $800 for consultations. I just found this out, I believe Friday. Yeah, because I was here walking Friday, and my buddy called me and said that Dion charged $800 for consultations, and I'm like, that's just crazy. And the sad part, people actually pay $800 just for a consultation, and the consultation is a recording. It's not even, you don't even have direct access to this guy to talk to him personally. It's a recording, and you're paying $800 for a recording that's probably on YouTube for free. I notice a lot of people do that as well. But $30,000 for a course that's not going to teach you anything, because the software does all the work for you. You punch in the client's information, you plug in the credit monitoring, and you literally click one button and it generates letters for all three bureaus. It'll even generate letters for Innovis, LexisNexis, SageStream, CoreLogic, Clarity Services, CSD, Factor Trust. It'll literally generate all those letters for you without having to do any kind of... Yes, I'm walking in circles above the basketball court. They have a little walking thing above the court, so, and nobody's in here playing. So I think last Friday was the kids' last day, I believe. Or it might have been Thursday. It was either Thursday or Friday. It was Thursday, not Friday. And I'm walking in air conditioning, which I prefer to walk in the heat, but I can't lie, this is nice. But tomorrow, more than likely, I will start back my 3.5 mile walk in the mornings. I usually wait till the sun comes out so I can sweat. I actually just got me some sleeveless hoodies that I'm gonna start wearing so I can sweat even more. They come in today. I got a notification on my email and I need to wash them first. I'm one of those people, when I buy clothes, I don't care if it's brand new, I'm still gonna wash it before I wear it. I have to, or I'll itch and itch and itch. Probably all in my head, but yeah, I'm gonna wash it first. All right, y'all, well, I'm gonna hop off of here and finish walking without holding my phone up. So I may go live later on when I play ball, if I have somewhere that I can set my phone. If not, I might go live tonight, but if not, I will definitely go live tomorrow. So till then, I'll see you on the next live.